Hi guys, yesterday I've made a video in Dutch, so Nederlands of Vlaams, it's my language, my native language, and there we talked about the installation of ArcoLinux XL and in all its, the whole route you take for installing an operating system. That's just for free there. It's always about staying in control and having your apps that you want. This video is about staying in control and having your settings you want. So the configurations you took maybe weeks to configure, then you say, this is the look that I want to keep. How can I preserve that on a new clean install? This video is about personal, just the word personal. And that's of course strange. Let's see if he finds it. ArcoLinux personal. Use the personal folder for your config. That's exactly what I'm gonna explain. Use the personal folder for your config. So it's again a reminder, and for the guys who are new, hey, I didn't know that existed, right? We have something special on ArcoLinux. We have on our computer system a folder called personal. None of the other distros have that. And in order for Git and to keep an empty folder, you have to put a file in there, .git keep. That's a nice little thing to know. So the folder personal is there to put your personal configs in, but it's actually to build an ISO. So if I have settings, and let's look at the alias, because that's how it works. You make sure that you put there your configurations, you do a clean install, and then you type personal. And what is personal? Let's take just that one. Copy. All right, Control ++++++. Right. Copy recursively with force everything that's in the personal folder to home. Homeric. Eh? So that's the idea. Building an ISO with your configs on it, so you don't have to do it again, right? So if this would be my choice of configuration, and let's change it a little bit more. If I wanted to go for, let's see, where is it? Panel preferences, lock the panel, drag it up there, stop the lock, and then close. If this would be my preferred look, the normal place for the bar is up there. And if I wanted to have a plank, which is not installed, this is the, let's have a look, this is the XS, extra small. So no software, I need to install everything. -S, plank, and there's also the ArcoLinux plank themes, which is around 100 themes. So yeah, I better take it, and the settings for plank and the theme. Voila. Oh. All right. So what if I would like to have that up there? Then I launch my plank. I make it the way I like it. This is not the way I like it. Ah, yeah. How do you change the settings of plank? Look at the keyboard. Control, pressed in, keep pressing, right mouse click, and then you get preferences. So first of all, left is better at the bottom then, and then you have a look at all these beautiful themes. Maybe this is not a bad one, actually, the one that I have, Platus Trend, with this wallpaper, right? It's gonna be awesome. A little bit too small for your taste. It's alive. I always like it to be alive. It's like this, I think it's dead. So now I know it's alive. Probably reminds me of the Mac days, right? Okay. So settings, rising, you rise whatever you want. And then you have, this is VirtualBox, right? Then you have the configuration. Think about all of those 30 desktops that we have. The configs are either here or there. Now, best thing is to know what changed, what folders to take. But yeah, if you don't know, you can do it in bulk, of course, and put everything, yeah, in your personal, which is not advised, not advisable. But in the beginning, I understand that you would do that. So if you say, I'm gonna go for the .config, I'm gonna copy paste the .config to my desktop, and I'm gonna work on it. Maybe you've changed the bash or C settings, but this would be not a good idea. There's another way, and that's explained down here. Just create yourself a bash RC personal. Can we make this bigger? Yep, that was bigger. So create yourself a bash RC personal and put your stuff there. You can even override things. If you don't like the alias update, you just rename alias update equals pop pop and your thing, and it will just overwrite it. So staying in control in bash, in fish, and in ZSH is better done like that. But if there would be other files in here, you just put them there. So let's see. Alacrity, you didn't change anything. ArcoLinux welcome tool didn't change anything. Auto start is maybe something you'd like to have. Always have Discord, always have Telegram when you put up already. Stuff like that. You can keep this. So I'm gonna just move. Oh, I shouldn't have moved the deconfig. Why? These are things you should know, but this guy has its settings in deconf. So let's get them back out of the trash. Deconf back, restore. Calculator, you didn't change anything. Gconf, GTK3, you changed something probably, right? Go check. And it says Sardi Arc, so that's a reference to the icon theme, but as you see, this is not Sardi Arc. This is something else. So XFCE has its own settings, but take it with you. Most of the time, it's going to be changed in all the desktops, so sure, take it. HTOP, not really. Quantum, maybe, right? Maybe, if you changed it. So only keep things that you change compared with ArcoLinux. That's the easiest way. NeoFetch, maybe, Ctrl-T. Nope, we didn't change it, but we could change it if we do a config. What I do after installation, Ctrl-Find, there is a ArcoLinux, and then go down, go down, go down, go down. Hey, that's it. Is it? I guess so. Let's see what Arco brings up. All right. Strange. Okay, let's leave it. Whatever. Thank God there's the whatever. Nomax, Paru, all standard settings. Blank is new. I can better keep blank around. Pulse, QT5CT, haven't changed that, although let's have a look. Sardi Arc, no, it's not used. Quantum Dark, those things are not used and have not been changed. Well, they're used, but they're don't the same as ArcoLinux. So the things that are different from ArcoLinux, that's the one that we take with us in the personal folder. Thunar, did not change Thunar. Nope. Variety, nope. XFCE, yes. We changed a lot of things of XFCE, and these guys were unchanged. Now, how do I know all these things? It's very simple. What you do is you make a copy, Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V. Then you start writing things, and then you compare. And you say, oh, that's different. That's the file that's changed because of an action I did in the graphical user interface. That's simple, right? Clean install, copy, start writing, compare. Those are the files that should go in here. FontGIF config has not been changed either, and neither has NeoFetch. So deconf, which is a very kind of special thing, user has the content of the blank. Deconf editor has the settings of the blank, right? So these things you need. what, where, how it's aligned, intelligence center. Here's the theme, plot is strand. So yeah, without it, it will be, I think, here, right? By default. I don't know, been a while since I used Plank. So this is my .config. I figured it out in a clean install on a VirtualBox. Fine, right mouse click. I'm gonna, where is the create archive? You can call it .config, but don't forget it's hidden, eh? Control H, seems to be gone, eh? It's not, eh? Control H. Okay, how do I get it out of my VirtualBox? Control F, right Control F, moving to machine, file manager. My username is Eric and my password is Eric. I go to desktop. So in here, home, Eric, desktop, Control H, remember. So the hidden files. I need to figure out how it's done here. Select all object, invert, toggle, refresh, go to. There was a way, which I don't recall. So voila, there he is. Refresh without dot. And then I go to home, Eric, desktop. And I put it on there. So from the right VirtualBox to my own machine, config tar gz. And here the story continues, right? So this one can go. Let's make this nice and big. And this is my look. I want to have this. Now we shut down, because that guy is just for the rising, for the configs to get what I want. And then later on, when we have the desktop and we have the config, so there's a folder somewhere, you keep changing and changing and changing and changing till you say, that's the one I want, right? So extract here, .config is the file, and you take it, control. Let's leave it here. What do you do next? This is what you want to have on the ISO already. And all you have to do then is type the word personal. After a clean install and a reboot, you type in a terminal personal. And this gets copy pasted over to your home directory with all the settings, reboot done. But all this, what I'm explaining, is not like ArcoLinux Nemesis. That's running scripts after a clean install. This, the personal folder, is there to put it on the ISO. Okay, so we want to build an ISO. Yes, that's the point. Put your personal configurations already on the ISO, present at, well, after booting. ArcoLinux B, and that's the personal, right? This video is gonna come in here, personal. Again, remember, we got that. There are other options like Nemesis repo, which is kind of more complex. It's super complex, but it's interesting as well. ArcoLinux Nemesis, less complex, interesting as well. So I want to build my ISO, control find, give me an XS LTS, why not? Okay, what do I need to do? I need to get my code. And what's the code? Git clone this thing. Control C, back to here, open terminal here, Control Shift V, done. I've got the code to build an ISO. And let's see, this one, that's from a previous tutorial. That's old, and that's the config. Okay, so this thing, Control X, needs to go Arch ISO inside the personal folder. Control V. You see? So we have later on our ISO, and later on our machine, of course, a folder, personal, with the content this time. Our content, my content, your content. And it is correct, it's .config, because if it's config, it's not going to work. It has to be .config. Now, in order to be really sure, is the personal folder gonna be included? you better open up this one, Super F, Control Find, Personal. If you're ready to use your personal repo, that's something else. In personal packages, then you do personal repo is false or true, and normally it's false. This has nothing to do with that particular thing. Okay, so no, there's no need to come here. This is the packages personal repo. This is, oh, did it be? Yeah, this one, right? Personal repo is a reference to a GitHub that's gonna be included in Pacman, so Pacman knows, hey, it's there. And in here we have also the packages personal repo. What do I get from that particular repo? That's another tutorial altogether, so don't let it mix you up or confuse you. So no, there's nothing to do here for that particular task as including the .config in the personal. It just gets copy pasted over. Okay, 40 build the ISO local again. And then we check, whoa, and then we check. Well, we can also check now, right? Don't have to wait. At some point in time, the machine will copy paste everything over. Here in the ArcoLinux XS, so remember what we're building, right? Because I have everything here. The B, that's the ArcoLinux B ISOs. ArcoLinux build, ArcoLinux D out, and ArcoLinux D build. So it's actually here. This is an XS that we're building. So it's gonna be in here. And in here we have the personal, check, Control H, check. And then we hope that's gonna end up here, because this is the future system. We hope that there will be a personal folder with a .config on my ISO. And all I have to type is the alias, personal, and everything gets copy pasted over. And the thing is, if I forgot something, you just have to add another folder, another file, whatever, right? .local can be next to it, and so on and so on and so on. Bash RC. It's the files that matter, that differ from the ArcoLinux config that you put there. And this is just benign, that's okay. Whatever, right? An empty file. It's just a file saying, hey, keep the folders, even if they're empty. All right, yeah, I'll just pause the video so I can conclude in a virtual machine and well, stress again the importance and how easy it is to build your own ISO with a personal config on it. It's finishing up. We have an ArcoLinux XS LTS from 2.5 gig. It's gonna be in the ArcoLinux out, ArcoLinux and so on. Ooh, right. Ooh, let's have a look. So we've got a XS LTS. Let's make a clone of the template. Control A, XS LTS. One up. Yep. Here somewhere. Open the drive, choose a disk file. It's gonna be in the ArcoLinux out. It's gonna be in here. Do check the date, because sometimes I mess things up and then you think, hey, why is it not changed? I took an old ISO, right? 17/2, 8 o'clock 36. Check. Start. Boot up. First line is for virtual machines. Don't need NVIDIA drivers, obviously. The first check we'll do, this is just a general installation video like thousands others, right? But the first thing we'll do is check, hey, is personal folder included? That was always the case. But is it the content in there? Is our files, our configuration, are they there? Are they there? A lot of these. Click. Ooh, gone. Click. Thunar. Computer. File system. Personal. Control H, remember, right? Hidden files, Control H. Okay, check. Should we do anything with it now? Actually, I think we could. We kind of could without installing. Let's see if I can. So that's the return on investment for me, personal, right? Nothing happened, Eric. I'll type it again. No, nothing happened. Super. X. Log out. Remember, all the live environment, you're called live user, which doesn't show, but it is there. And you press enter. There is no password. Did something change? No, we need to install it. Now we know. So I'm gonna go for an easy installation, less clicking for me. And this is the default that on so many of these, well, installations of distros, right? Woof, whatever. Choose what you want. They're all reliable. They're all okay. Next, next. Boom. Let's pause the video again, and then let's test the personal. And then it ends, right? You reboot. You've got Grub greeting you with a nice wallpaper. That's the difference with systemd. If you want to see that in action, you see ariser.eu. That's the website. And there you have, well, the possibility to choose between systemd and Grub. All right, so we got this one. Fine, fine. Control T, what do we have? We have the LTS. What ISO did we use? We used it, this 0301. It will never, ever change. Why? It just shows at what ISO you use to install it. I have a system up here, 4 years old, right? It never changes. You just update. And this is the reference to, that's the ISO I used. I will always stay the same. So, alias? Let's do that. But first, let's make you smart. .config, Control C, Control V. Is this exactly the same thing? Compare. And you can keep pressing compare. You guys asked me, Eric, make us an ISO that's small. Extra small. XL, extra large. XS, extra small. Sudo pacman -s melt. Not installed. Okay, done. Right mouse click, whoops. Right mouse click, compare. And we don't want to see what's the same. We just want to see the differences. So already there is a change. The settings of the dconf. So that's a kind of database where the system keeps all kind of settings, and there is some changes. You can't double click it. It's only to be done in dconf editor. Thunar XML has changed. View zoom level show hidden, right? Control H, show hidden. Okay, unimportant, but voila. Now I do my personal. Alias, personal, personal. Now I compare again. And let's go for same off, because I copy pasted, right? Same off. And look at that. What did I do? This is new. User. Here's my blank setting. Here's my XFC setting, icons. But furthermore, here this, here's that, and this is one of them that's important. So I want to go to Surf and Cogear rather than start the arc. And dialog use setter is just here instead of there. But that's important. Icons. Okay. So some things changed. My personal configuration have moved. You need not to log out. Don't log out. Restart for XFC anyway. Restart. So have the reflex to the other 29 distros, desktops. Should I log out for this one or should I reboot for this one? Some of the things have been managed, like this one. This has been managed. He knows what kind of icon theme I want. What he hasn't done is keeping track that this one is up here. So we're missing some files. That's something we can conclude, right? So this is a work in progress, meaning this is what we have now. This, I can put this one on the desktop for now. If I want to keep track of it, Control C, Control V. What governs the bar? What setting is the bar? Right mouse click, you're gonna change it. Well, not that. Okay, sure. Panel preferences. So I'm gonna go and check why is it not changed, right? So lock panel again and close. Now I'll see, compare, and there we go again with the file filters like this. This is why it's not correct. Position, type, string, value, P6. So P6 is somewhere up there. 960 and Y. So X and the Y, which is totally different here. 960 and 1006.4 is down there somewhere, right? This is the configuration, the copy. This is after rising. So that's the file I'm missing. I'm missing this thing. And then the bar is at the top. So it's things like this why I say it's a work in progress. I mean, next time around you'll change something in Alacrity and you have to remember, oh, I should put Alacrity also in the personal folder. And just this one, these are all backups. This is the default Alacrity. This is our backup for this guy. So this time, normally, right, compare, there's nothing to do because files are identical. But this is your, oh, I messed it up. Here's the code. All right, that's the point. That's the thing you should change, and it's all small things. Let's do one more. Is it properties? I think it is. Appearance, you don't like that icon. You want to have a different icon. Look at all these icons that I've created to start here, general colors, but also a foot is here, and a Linux Mint icon is here, and a foot again, and Ubuntu. Why not start with an Ubuntu logo? Why not, right? You're in control. I'm a Star Trek fan, so here it is, the Star Trek logo. It's all possible. Okay. What changed? I've raised my machine. And this is actually how I learned everything, right? What should I do? What files do I put on my ISO to have a nice look? First off, you boot up. Wow. Okay. How? Well, I have to change this thing. I have to tell them that it's start here symbolic Star Trek and not ArcoLinux. Another file to include in the .config. It's as simple as that. I hope it's clear. It's not that difficult. It's measuring, knowing, comparing, melding, if you want. Let's call that a word, right? To meld. Meld is the application to compare. So let's start melding. All right. I hope it was educational. All the configs you like and love. The config of i3, the config of CHDWM, anything can go on your personal, in the personal folder, and all you do is copy paste, right? Because in the end, that's it. Get everything that's in here and put it there. And you'll see if you go for ArcoLinux Nemesis, right? The github.com/Eric Dubois ArcoLinux Nemesis, that I have created other aliases. Personal 1, personal 2, personal 3. Meaning personal 1 is Sardi icons, personal 2 is Surfing icons, personal 3 is ArcoLinux Beauty icons, and so on, right? With a few commands, you rise your machine instantly and you boot up and you have something that you like. But again, the rising is also fun stuff. But not if you have changed i3 completely or xmonad completely. Then you want to just copy paste over and then it works. All right, enjoy the possibilities of ArcoLinux. Enjoy the learning. Enjoy our little university. Cheers.